What is up, guys? It's BloodZelos. Welcome back to VimCraft. This is episode 4, and today we're gonna get some wood because basically this is episode 4 of how to postpone building my house for another episode. No, but we need to get some wood, and I didn't have time to prepare for this episode, so instead we're gonna do it on camera. Whoop-de-doo! Yeah, so right there, those are my coordinates. Let me screenshot that, and it's in the video now. Okay, so we have the chords because I don't intend on coming back to this house this episode, guys. We'll be back next episode. We're gonna go exploring. I thought it'd be fun to do that on camera, and we're gonna get lost. Now, before we get into anything, I just want to say a huge thank you to all the support we've been getting on VimCraft. It's actually really amazing, and I say that almost every video now. I thank you guys for the support, but I don't really think that's enough. So whether you leave your like right now as I say this, or you drop your like down at the end after I've proven myself, after you've enjoyed the video, which I hope you do, just leave your like, because it really is awesome, and it's awesome still. So we're getting wood because that's what we have to do to make a house. I just realized I don't have an axe, which makes me look really stupid, and I've lost my house already, or my base. So we need to find those things so that we can go make an axe. Then we'll go exploring. Okay, I do have fan art though. Do not worry. There's one in the beginning and one in the end. I have gotten both. Apparently we do not have enough stone with us to actually make a stone axe. I got a ton of iron last episode, of course, and I managed to not get enough to make any tools because I decided to turn it all into armor instead. Because I would rather look like a badass than live like a badass, and that's pretty much the logic that I am following. So, without further ado, we are going to make a stone axe, and then we are going to get all of the wood. Alright, so I should probably show this fan art here while I craft. So here is the first fan art. This is by, and he didn't leave a channel or anything, he didn't even really leave a name, he just left his email was skeleton12. I think I recognize him, I think he's been on my server before, but the email was skeleton12, so I'm thinking that's who it was Skeleton Man. I really like this. Look at this, it's hand drawn. Not a lot of the things I get are hand drawn, and so I really like that. That is really cool. One of my favorite pieces of fan art. Of course, I like all fan art. So thank you, Skeleton. That is beautiful. If I ever do find a link, it's in the description. All right, let's go exploring, adventuring, wood gathering. I just realized I have no food, and we will be back to this house some other day. So we could go down to that village and just completely wreck the village, actually, and take all of their wood, which is a perfect possibility, but we're not going to do that. So, because we have no food, except for this, and there's some chickens, we're just going to have to kill everything we see, basically. We're going to have to live off the land, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's kill some things. And, oh, I guess I do have a rant for this episode, don't I? I kind of do. There's actually a lot of chickens here. Wow. So I kind of do have a rant for this episode. The last episode I said I was going to talk about, what was I was going to talk about, how to conduct yourself on YouTube, like business over friends kind of thing. You know, how much should you care about just gaining subscribers and making money, and how much should you care about the people you're with when you do YouTube? That's what I was going to talk about. Oh, here's a plains biome, which is what we want. So let's head on over there. I did not take any notes on this rant. I kind of forgot. There's 3 skeletons like a freaking firing squad right there, so we're going to keep on moving on. This is so many baby zombies I've freaking seen on this server. Is that what VimCraft does these days, is baby zombie spawning? Let's kill some of these things here. Yeah, so let me get that rant going as soon as I have a chance to think, and I can't even concentrate right now because we're fighting some pretty hardcore skeletons. Obviously, my PvP skills are top of the notch, and my leg is also top of the notch. That's not even how that saying goes, I'm sorry. Okay, gonna eat some chicken. This rant. Last time I talked about people who just upload minigames and how, even though there's nothing wrong with that, it still bugs me. This time we're talking about people who seem to put business before friends. Now there's 2 ways you can go on YouTube. You can basically take the path of, I'm going to do this for fun, and I'm going to just hang with the people I like, and you can take the path of, I want to make money, and really, both of those paths are okay. I'm not insulting the money path, because a lot of people make a living on YouTube, and that's their right, you know, I don't know, that's what they want to do, and I'm sure they still have fun doing it. So I can't really say it's wrong to want to make money on YouTube. It is wrong to go into YouTube only because you want to make money. If you start a channel only hoping to make money, you're not going to get very far. But I can't really down that side. So moving on from that idea, basically there's those 2 routes. So a lot of times what happens is channels start out small, you know, every channel starts at 0. We all got there. You start out and you make a couple close YouTube friends. I made some close YouTube friends back when I had 15, 20 subs. There were a couple kids, you know, that I used to talk to who I'm friends with. And a couple I still talk to today. But you make your friends, you think, wow, you know, this is never going to change. I'm going to be best friends with these guys forever and ever. And yay! And that's not really how it goes, because eventually you'll start to get bigger, or they'll start to get bigger, and you're going to grow apart. Honestly, of all the people I was friends with in the very beginning of YouTube, I've talked to a couple who are like server admins on my server now and things, but I don't do anything YouTube-wise with any YouTube people who I did YouTube things with back when I had a couple hundred subs. So things are gonna change. So there's one side to that. And a lot of times people are like, oh, you're such a douchebag because like you left all of your best friends when you got big, and no matter how much you promise yourself you're never gonna do that, or you promise your friends you're never gonna do that, when you get bigger on YouTube, you get busier, and there is no way you are going to completely maintain all of those relationships. You also meet more people. And it's like a proven scientific fact, I don't know, go Google it, that humans can only have so many good relationships at a time. It's like 150 or something, I think. So, of course, as you meet new people, you're gonna have some relationships are gonna get weaker, some are gonna get stronger. That's the thing. So, a lot of times, yeah, you're gonna, no matter what you say, I mean, there's people who I said, oh yeah, dude, we're always gonna be friends, who I don't talk to anymore. And they might just think I got busy, but they might also think that I thought I got too famous for them. I try not to ever think that I'm too big to talk to anyone, and I think I do a pretty good job of that. But there's people who probably think that that's what I'm doing, and it's gonna happen to every YouTuber. So no matter what happens, you're gonna lose some people. You're gonna piss some people off just because you have to. You can't just be friends with everyone. It doesn't work. I've tried. Believe me, it does not work well. But then there's the other side to it. There's people who just kind of use people to get what they want to achieve on YouTube, and that is not as cool. Now, of course, that is one way to get big on YouTube, and it works. There's a lot of channels on YouTube that are not that good. They don't have very many subs. What am I saying? Let me try that again. They don't have much skill. They just have a lot of subs. And honestly, there's like this little cult effect going on in YouTube where kids will subscribe because their friends subscribed, and then they'll watch the videos, and even if they don't like the videos, they'll still basically be a giant fan because I almost died right there. They'll still be a fan because it's just kind of the cult thing. Everyone's his fan, I'm gonna be his fan. So I'm not naming names because honestly I don't have a specific example in my head, but there are people like that who have really no skill. They just sit there, kind of yell at their game, and people subscribe to them because they're friends with other YouTubers who happen to be big and famous. So there's that. There's using people, but then there's also the idea of using people and then kind of dumping people. And that's what happens when you're a small channel, you make friends with some YouTubers, all of a sudden something happens, your channel starts to grow massively while theirs aren't quite as much, and then basically as soon as they're not helpful to you, you just kind of move on, and you forget about them. And that happens a lot on YouTube. I've had a lot of friends that that I used to be good friends with who have gotten bigger than me, and they've just kind of moved on. And that's not entirely, I mean, I'm not really angry at them for that. I don't think I have the right to be angry at anyone for that because, again, you can't be friends with everyone. But at the same time, it's like sometimes you just wish people would remember where they came from. You know, there's a couple people who the VimCraft team back in the summer who we kind of found, we helped them out, and I think we played a big role in what happened to their channels. And then they kind of moved on and found better fish to hang with, or that was a terrible metaphor, I need to stop. Found other people to hang with and then kind of left. So, you know, it happens and it hurts a little bit, but it happens. And so that's part of this idea of kind of just money coming before friends. Now that's kind of more like popularity, but then there's also money. There's actually, and I don't know much about this because I'm not really in any groups like this, but there's actually groups out there on YouTube who have contracts, and I don't exactly know how these contracts work, but it's basically contracts saying we can't do this or we can't do that because, you know, it's not popular enough. I don't know if you guys heard about the whole Cedo Sorcerer Team Crafted thing. I don't really know exactly what went on. I didn't hear both sides, so I can't really judge too much. But from what I heard, they basically kicked Cedo out because they didn't like his style. He wasn't the same as them. All of them go around and yell at mini games. He did a little bit more constructive stuff. I heard rumors, and these are all rumors what I'm saying, guys. They may or may not be true. I don't have any evidence, so don't take what I'm saying for fact. I heard that Ant Venom wanted to record with Team Crafted, everyone except he specifically didn't want to record with Cedo because he didn't like Cedo's commentating style, because he didn't think he'd be interesting enough. it's just throwing things out there where you're just doing so much to help you're doing so much to get your views and every last subscriber that you start to lose sight of what really matters, which is enjoying what you're doing. Wow, looks like we found some civilization over here, so someone lives out this way. Things like that. So I, again, don't know if those are true, but even if those examples aren't true, there are examples of that, and I've been part of examples of that on YouTube. I mean, even I've done things before where I'm probably not too proud of them, where, oh, you know, I don't really want to do anything, you're probably not going to help my channel. Things like that. Oh, we're back at spawn. We just went in a giant circle. Alright. But yeah, so there's like these contracts where groups will literally, you know, business over friends. If you know, we're kicking you out of our group if you're not serious enough about what you do. Part of the reason VimCraft fell apart is because there was a group of people who were super serious about YouTube, and there was a group of people who kind of were just doing it for fun and being a little, you know, lax on it. So, you know, and that's the people who do it seriously, I'm sure they still have fun doing it, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever be the kind of person who, oh no, I did not upload a video in 2 days instead of every day like I said I was going to. Oh my god, a world coming to an end. What's going on? Things like that. I don't think I could really ever be like that. So I try and upload mostly every other day. I do an okay job of it. At the most, it's every 2 days. But I'm not the kind of person who's uploading, you know, every day or every other day, and if I miss a day, I go shoot something, you know? So, I don't take YouTube that seriously. Obviously, my channel would probably be more successful if I took it more seriously. If I made it my goal to upload a building tutorial every week, and I made it my goal to have an upload every other day no matter what, I could have a lot more subscribers. But partly I don't have the motivation to do that. I like where I am, and partly I don't want to be like that. I don't want to focus just on success. I want to focus on having fun, which is also another reason I talk a lot to my fans instead of a lot of YouTubers who kind of avoid their fans. Because when you talk to fans, the one downside is your fans stop looking at you as a YouTuber. They start looking at you as a friend, which is not bad, but at the same time, you know, it doesn't have as much weight. If you say hi to someone, it's just like, oh, BloodZelos said hi to me. He says hi to everyone, though. It's not really a big thing. Whereas if, you know, Sky Does Minecraft goes and says hi to you, it's like, oh my god, he replied. You know, so yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's two different ways to go at it. So, I kind of lost my train of thought. Literally just derailed in front of me. I was gonna try and keep delaying by saying so a bunch until it sounded like I knew where I was going. While we're out here, we're gonna get some sand because we'll need that for glass, and then we should be prepared to do some stuff, like some cool stuff. Like, I promise you guys it'll be cool stuff. Don't worry. It's gonna be some cool stuff. I don't even have room to put sand. What am I doing with my life? Let's throw this all in here. Okay. Just like this. We don't need flowers, we don't need trees, we don't need that tree. Don't really need gunpowder, I'm gonna regret that, I know it. Alright, let's get some sand. Okie dokie. And then once we get the sand, we'll, I don't know if we're gonna find our base again this episode. We're probably not gonna make it back. But we'll grab just some of this. I want to make some glass, you know, because it's going to be important that we have some glass. I've never died on VimCraft, as you can see. I'm pretty good. I'm very good at survival. It's only the 4th episode, and I currently haven't built a house yet. But that's not really an issue. But yeah, I'm just going to go and get sand, and then I'm going to go kill those cows. And I'm still trying to get back on my train. I want to pick the train up. I want to put it back, start it over again, figure out what I was exactly trying to say. Something about not taking YouTube too seriously and doing it for the fun. But yeah, basically that's what happened. That's my take on doing YouTube for the money, and versus doing YouTube for the fun and the friends and the relationships and the people and the food and the lunches it pays for. YouTube pays for my lunch. That's the only reason I do it. Just kidding. I'm not that kind of person. Okay. How much sand do we have? That's gonna be enough sand. And let's pick our crafting table back up. And let's get out of here. We have had a good day of gathering supplies, and that is quite nice. I guess we could show the other fan art now while I run in this direction and see if there's anything important. Or we could eat some rotten flesh. Or we could keep running in this direction. Just like this. Okay, we'll show the second fan art. This is by Creeper Bro Skull. There is a link to his channel in the description because he sent me one. Just says BloodZelos, aka the Vim Ninja. I kind of like the sound of that. The Vim Ninja. The Vim Ninja. El Vimo Ninjo. I'm gonna stop. So thanks for that fan art, dude. I quite like it. I'm, you know, just looking sexy like always. I'm kind of like the Kim Jong-un of North Korea. You can't really paint a bad picture of me, can you? I'm gonna stop. Alright, let's kill a couple more cows, and we're gonna set up a temporary base over here where we're gonna cook their food and their meat, and just kidding, no we're not, and because we kind of don't have enough stone to, you know, make one of those things, one of those cookie tables. Maybe make a cookie table, one of those cooking things. How do I do that? We're gonna need to get some stone. We will go down here into this hole of darkness and deepness, and we will get some stone, and we will make a cookie table. A cookie table. Kind of like something you'd make cookies on, but not. This is going to be for cooking stuff. Oh, I found iron. Oh, boy. And we spent an entire episode going for iron last time. Look at that. We just got everything this episode. You know, if I really want stuff, I would just go over to, like, Poke Digger's place and probably just, you know, take, like, all of his diamonds. I mean, that'd be the fast way. I'm going to turn VimCraft into a raiding server. You just wait and see. One step at a time. Okay, let's make one of these cookie tables, and then we can finish the episode off. Next episode, I will get back to my base before I start recording, probably, if I remember. So, you don't have to worry about watching me try and run all the way back there. And that will be nice, I think. So, let's cook stuff. Awesome. I'm going to cook it with wood because I don't have any coal and I'm too lazy to go find some. Alright, well, I should do a quick cut, just check the time, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Okay, guys, I personally think that was one of my better rants. If you have any suggestions or topics you want me to rant about, whether they're related to Minecraft or completely just about life in general, leave a comment. I read all the comments. Other than that, please leave a like if you want to support me at all in any way. It really means more than just about anything else you could do on the video. Check out the people who made the fan art. Submit your own fan art, zelosfanart@gmail.com. There's an email in the description, and I will see you in episode 5. Thank you so much for watching. #NinjaArmy for life. Right.